The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Trinity stood before the assembly of alien representatives. Her uniform, bearing the insignia of Earth's diplomatic corps, seemed almost primitive compared to the shimmering biotech suits worn by the Zelathi representatives and the crystalline armor of the Vorn delegation. "You cannot be serious," hissed Ambassador Krell, his three eyes narrowing in disgust. "Humans? Managing the Central Trade Network? Your species has only been spacefaring for 2 centuries. Trinity's jaw tightened, but she maintained her composure. Beside her, Vincent adjusted his data pad, pulling up economic projections that would never be seen. The decision had already been made behind closed doors, in meetings where humanity had no voice. "The Council has voted," declared High Arbiter Thesha, her melodic voice carrying across the chamber. "Humanity's role in network administration is hereby terminated. Effective immediately." Vincent caught Trinity's arm as she started forward. "Don't," he whispered. "It's over." 3 months later, the first cracks began to show. The Central Trade Network was the lifeblood of galactic civilization. A complex web of shipping routes, automated customs systems, and resource distribution algorithms that connected 47 star systems. For 150 years, it had run flawlessly. For the last century and a half of those years, humans had been its invisible architects. Vincent stood in the observation deck of the decommissioned human station, watching cargo ships drift in confused patterns around the nexus point. His coffee had gone cold an hour ago. "They're not following standard approach vectors," Trinity observed, joining him at the viewport. Her reflection looked as tired as he felt. "Because there are no standard approach vectors anymore," Vincent replied. "The Zelathi rewrote the traffic control algorithms. They said human methods were inefficient." "Inefficient?" Trinity laughed bitterly. "We had 0 collisions in 70 years. The data pad in Vincent's hand buzzed with another emergency notification. "Make that 1 collision. A Vorn freighter just clipped a station at Outpost 7. By the 6th month, the galactic economy was hemorrhaging. The Zelathi, with their advanced computational abilities, had assumed managing the network would be trivial. They hadn't understood that human inefficiency was actually flexibility, the ability to adapt to chaos, to make intuitive leaps when pure logic failed." Trinity reviewed the latest reports in her small apartment on Earth. Trade volume down 40%. 3 minor wars over resource disputes. The Vorn Consortium threatening to withdraw from the Council entirely. Her comm unit chimed. Vincent's face appeared on the screen, his expression grim. "They're asking us to come back," he said without preamble. "Who?" "Everyone." The Council received petitions from 32 member species in the last week alone. Apparently, civilization is harder to maintain than they thought. Trinity felt a cold satisfaction settle in her chest. "And what does the Council say?" "Officially? Nothing yet. Unofficially? High Arbiter Thesha wants a meeting. Tomorrow. Private." The meeting took place not in the Grand Council chamber, but in a modest conference room that felt almost deliberately humbling. Thesha sat alone, her usual entourage absent. "We may have been hasty," the High Arbiter began, her harmonious voice for once carrying a note of discord. "Hasty," Trinity repeated, her tone flat. "Your word choice is fascinating, considering 3 billion sentients are facing food shortages because your efficient routing system can't handle agricultural shipment priorities." Thesha's luminous skin dimmed, the equivalent of a human blush. "We underestimated the complexity of the systems you maintained." "You underestimated us," Vincent corrected. "There's a difference." "Perhaps." Thesha leaned forward. "We are prepared to offer full reinstatement. Your previous positions, with a 30% increase in compensation and—" "No," Trinity said. The High Arbiter blinked in surprise. "No, not good enough." Trinity stood, and Vincent rose beside her. "You didn't just remove us from our jobs. You told the entire galaxy that humanity wasn't worthy, that our contributions were negligible, that we were beneath you. We were wrong." Thesha admitted, something like pain crossing her features. "Yes, you were." Vincent pulled up a holographic display. "Here are our terms. Full voting rights on the Galactic Council. Guaranteed representation in all major decision-making bodies. A formal apology issued to every human station and colony. And complete autonomy over how we restructure the trade network." Thesha stared at the terms, then at the 2 humans before her. The Council will never agree to this. Trinity smiled, not pleasantly. Then I guess you'll have to convince them. Because right now, we're the only ones who can fix the mess you've made. And every day you wait, your civilization crumbles a little more. How long do we have? Thesha asked quietly. Before total collapse. Vincent checked his calculations. 3 months. Maybe 4 if you're lucky. And if we refuse your terms. Trinity headed for the door, then paused. Then we go home. High Arbiter. We'll rebuild on Earth, in our own systems. We'll be fine. Humanity always is. We're good at surviving, at adapting, at thriving in chaos. It's what we do. She looked back over her shoulder. The question is, can the rest of the galaxy say the same? 2 weeks later, the Galactic Council convened in full session. The vote was unanimous that AS Trinity and Vincent walked back into the network control center. Their control center now. Vincent allowed himself a small smile. Think they learned their lesson? Trinity looked out at the view screen, watching as the carefully orchestrated dance of galactic commerce began to realign under human guidance. Ships finding their routes again. Resources flowing. Order emerging from chaos. They learned that you don't push humans out and expect things to keep working, she said. Because we weren't just maintaining their systems. We were holding their entire civilization together. And now they know what we're worth. Trinity settled into her command chair. Let's make sure they never forget it again. The lights of 1,000 ships flickered across the void, following paths only human minds could see. Civilization, it turned out, needed chaos tamers after all.